And after a frosty but clear start today, clouding up, temperatures on the rise and winds strengthening. All the detail a little later on. It's a game of two halves temperature-wise overnight tonight. A frosty start this morning, double figures by tomorrow morning. All the detail a little later on.
Yeah,
That's
what a shame there isn't one.
What would you like?
The top hat covers you a little bit, doesn't it?
Of course, protects you from the weather.
Yes. Well, it was a race against time this morning to get the best of the actual weather. Were you out this morning? It was so beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah. I mean, a little bit cold, but
oh,
if you
it's
wrapped
worth
up
it.
warm, put some gloves on.
So frosty. Even at the side of the road in Denbydale, Paula got these beautiful frosty leaves, as did Sue Billcliffe on the petals. Of course, any moisture freezing over last night because we were sub-zero, especially where we didn't have our data sites in our what we call frost hollow. So I've used Winnet's Pass as an example here. The clearer the skies by night and the lighter the winds, the colder the air. Colder air is dense and it sinks really quickly, what we call katabatic winds actually. The cold air runs downhill and basically all the cold air sits in the vales and the valleys. So that's why you get the lowest of the temperature. So it was -6 °C on our data sites last night, but anywhere even more rural than that in the vales and valleys would have been colder. So it was a bit of a shock to see this, a little bee out and about today. I think it knows a little bit of something that we don't know, because not only does it sense, of course, the weather conditions that we've got at the moment, there's also quite a bit of research to say that it's really good at forecasting and it can sense air pressure. And I think this bee's right, because we've got a massive change. -6 °C at 5 o'clock this morning, but we've currently got a weather system changing the whole story as we head deeper into this evening and overnight tonight.
Look at that.
And by 5 o'clock tomorrow, 9 or 10, the bee's going to be really happy. It's already prepared. And daytime values will also change. 6, 7 today at best. Most of us have just been below 6. Tomorrow we're looking at 13s or 14s. Wow. Here is your forecast. Yes, cloud has been invading from the west today. Shame really, a beautiful, crispy, frosty start this morning. Plenty of blue sky, but cloud continuing to build as we head through this evening and overnight tonight. The temperatures rising, yes, and also the winds strengthening. So although it will be milder tomorrow, it's a very different story. It's all to do with this weather front that is now approaching from the west across all parts of the region during the course of this evening. So we're starting to lose those clear skies even in the far east of the region. So overnight tonight, cloudy skies, outbreaks of rain, a few heavy pulses, but moving through quite quickly, leaving a legacy of cloud for much of the night. Again, there'll still be some showers into the early hours. The wind's starting to pick up, certainly over higher ground where it'll be misty and murky and damp. And yes, as I've already said, those temperatures in double figures for many by the time we reach dawn. So not as pretty tomorrow morning as it was this morning, and not as cold. Very sometimes 7:54 and 3:53. So tomorrow it will be a mainly cloudy day, a damp start as well, some showery outbreaks, limited brighter breaks further east, poor visibility over high ground for the Pennines, misty and murky here, gusts possibly 30 to 40 miles an hour for the coasts and the hills, and temperature-wise well above what we've been used to over the last few days, 13 or 14 Celsius. Another front coming through tomorrow evening, leaving a brighter, fresher day on Friday, but still with a mix of sunshine and blustery showers, temperatures nearer normal. And then into the weekend, at this stage, it definitely looks like Sunday is the best day at the moment.
So you said Sunday might be the best, but what's happening on Saturday?
That's because we've got an area of low pressure and there's still a bit of a question mark about how far north and how far south it goes. So it could be wet and windy, or it could be a little bit drier, especially the further north you are. So that's the latest.
We need to ask the bee. The bee would know.
Yeah, the bee would know.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's it. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Bye-bye.